Hey guys, welcome to BPT. This week's installment will be about playing time. Playing time. Every coach's least favorite subject. And it seems to me every parent's favorite subject. Everybody comes to the games for what we call entertainment. They just want to see little Johnny play and be happy. And if little Johnny gets to play a lot, then he'll be a better player. And if he doesn't play very much, then how can he be a good player? I would agree with that. Little Johnny needs to play to be a good player. Maybe not a lot. I don't agree with that part, but he does need to play to be a good player. However, our conversation between me and you, or you and your coach, won't dictate how much time little Johnny plays baseball. What will dictate that, if you're around the right coach, are two things. One, skill and ability. Two, effort and energy. If little Johnny handles those two things, or you help little Johnny handle those two things, we won't have a problem with playing time. Recently, everybody talks about politics. Everybody says, well, this little guy plays because his dad's the coach. This guy plays because his dad knows the coach really well and he has to play. And that may be true. As a parent, I'm not here to debate that. I don't want to discuss that. The only thing I wanted to do is make my son the best I can make him. And the way I would do that is by telling him he needs to get better if he wants to play. Not only would I do that, I have. If he wants to be the best basketball player he can be, he needs to dribble more. He needs to shoot more. He needs to make sure he knows the plays. He knows how to pass the ball to the right guys. He knows when it's his turn to take the ball to the basket. He knows the rules. That's his job as a player. More importantly, because he's a young guy, that's my job as a parent. So I can work with him. I can get him extra help. I can encourage him. But what I can't do is give him an excuse why he's sitting on the bench other than he's not good enough. Regardless of if he's good enough or not, no matter to me whether the coach believes in him as his abilities or not, what's important to me is that he learns how to handle his abilities and he learns how to take responsibility for becoming the best player he can. So what I love to do is tell everybody the last thing you want to do is talk to the coach about playing time. The last thing you want to do is talk to your player about playing time. If your player's not complaining about his playing time, there's not a problem. Once he starts to complain, then there still isn't a problem. There's an opportunity. And the opportunity is for us as parents to say to him, hey, why aren't you playing? Not to tell him you're not playing because the coach is an idiot. You're not playing because little Johnny's father's best friends with the coach and they went out and had dinner together. It's a simple question. Why aren't you playing? When little Johnny says, well, I think the coach's son is in front of me and that's not fair, you can very easily say, that may be true. Coach's son is in front of you and it may not be fair, but that's the situation we have. So why don't we go get better? So coach has to have a decision on what to do with you, or you can switch to another team next year and you can be the starter at the position you want to play at because your skills are good enough. If there's a question, then they're not good enough. And we have to do a better job for them. But the first thing as parents we want to do is make sure we put the responsibility on ourselves as parents and on our child and not disperse it amongst everybody else because they don't live at our houses and it's not our job to change them. It's our job to encourage our own players from our own players and our own children from our homes. So now that we've talked about playing time and you know my thoughts, help your player handle the two things he can control, his talent and skills and his effort and energy. Until next time, win the day every day, WTDED. See you next week.